Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to the channel. My name is Andrew Azara, and what you're going to see in this video is me giving you my top 5 tips if you're a music producer in 2026. So let's dive right in. Alright, so just before I jump into the video, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been a subscriber for the past year, liking and commenting on the videos. It really means a lot and really helped the channel grow. I read all your comments, I check everything in the back and insights, and what I seen was very interesting. Most of my comments and likes are 98% positive. So obviously something I'm doing is connecting with all of you, and I really want to make this year about what you want to see. So just before I start making videos this year, I want you to write in the comments, what do you want to see me record? What kind of topics do you want me to cover? What kind of, is it in music production, maybe outside music production, branding, music industry stuff? Please let me know what you'd like to see me record this year, and I will take it into account and make content and videos around that. So again, let me know in the comments what you want to see me record this year. Okay, so if I was a producer in 2026, either starting out or in the middle of my journey, and these come from experience and just giving you a no BS kind of avenue and route to chasing your goals and hitting your milestones this year, which I'm sure you've written down on a whiteboard or a notepad somewhere in your house or your bedroom. Hopefully this helps towards that and cuts out the noise and gets you closer to your goals. So tip number 1, find what's you and double down on it. I see a lot of music, and I hear a lot of music and see a lot of producers really blending in, and I'm not saying you're one of them, but so please just don't try fall down this pitfall. I know it can be easy at the beginning to subconsciously try and emulate our favorite music, our favorite DJs and artists, but I want you to really this year find out what makes you you and unique and double down on that more. What could that be? Every producer should have something individual about them which makes them you. You don't want to be 1 out of 100 blending in with 100 producers. You want to be that one producer who doesn't sound like the 100 producers. And what that's going to do externally is make you more marketable, make your music stand out. Labels will start to listen more to your music. DJs will download your music, and you will potentially start to grow a fan base around your music because it has something unique in there which is pulling people towards it. So like I mentioned in the previous point, is that we can fall into a bit of a pitfall of making music like others, and that can be down to a few things. One, being fearful of not fitting in or not sounding like what's current, and we can play into that where we think labels will only sign music that's currently in, or DJs will only sign music that's currently in or hot. This is really incorrect. DJs, producers and labels want to hear the next thing. They want to hear what's next, what's the next big sound, big genre, and you are responsible for that, even though you might not think it. You sitting there in your bedroom or studio could be responsible for the next hot genre, and that's exciting. So try to think, what is it unique about you that makes you you? Is it your inspirations, your influences? Is it what your parents listen to? Can you bring that into your music? What's your record collection like? Playlists on YouTube, your digs? What is it? Bring that into your music. Use it all together and try to make something that people haven't heard before. That would be my biggest tip for 2026. Whether you're a producer starting out or a few years in, this should be always top of the priority in your list. Okay, my next one is learn momentum production versus starting everything from cold and scratch. A big thing I see with producers, they feel like they have to build everything from complete scratch. Whether it's a drum loop, whether it's something like a synth or a lead sound, everything feels like it needs to come from scratch. And while I'm not saying you shouldn't build music from the ground up, I feel like this can be getting in the way of your momentum, and you could spend 30 minutes building a drum groove when you could be using that energy, creative energy, into building an idea. Don't be afraid to use a loop. Throw a drum loop in. You can always change it out later. Using loops is not cheating. And this is part of the point, is that when I talk to producers on a daily basis, they feel like using a loop is cheating. It's absolutely not. Break free of that. Build a better momentum strategy and get making ideas quicker, because maybe you have a busy lifestyle, you have a busy schedule, and you don't have time to be building everything from scratch. Just learn momentum production. That would be my next tip for producers in 2026. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Just a quick side note before we continue. A lot of you guys were asking me last year, do I have an online community and can I give feedback on your music? Well, luckily this month the answer is yes. I've now launched my new Artist Flow Growth Lab. Growth Lab is a community for producers just like you who are working in isolation, in solo in their bedroom, feel like they need a bit of community and network feel to get feedback on your music, bounce ideas on, and also network with other producers. And also, if you want to get feedback on your music directly from me, I also provide this in my Growth Lab too. So if this sounds like something you'd be interested in, you're stuck in your loops, you're not too sure where your music is going, banging your head against the wall, you need people to talk to about your music and your journey, then Growth Lab is perfect for you. Just hit the link description to find out more, and I'll see you in my Growth Lab this year. Now, let's get back to the video. All right, my next third tip would be take musical risks. So this plays into my first point of being you, and I really want you to have this again at the top of your priority list when it comes to making music this year is what risks are you taking? I want you to understand that we need to jump out of our comfort zone to create some sort of momentum and to get some good results here. If you play everything safe, if you try blending, if you try make music that sounds like others, this is not going to give you the results you want. You need to be taking risks on a weekly basis in your music. So that could mean a lot of things. An example of a few risks could be using a synth in a different way, adding preset of a saturator for vocals on drums and vice versa, getting modulation and going crazy with the feedback, sampling from a very weird obscure YouTube collection, getting the stems of a genre that you probably wouldn't even normally use and flipping them into something that's more house or techno. All this is taking musical risks, and what that's going to do is pay so much dividends in your sound, your uniqueness. Don't play it safe, guys. Take risks this year. That should be one of your mottos for 2026. Okay, my next point is output and consistency. This sounds maybe a bit general, but I want you to really understand this when going into the new year. And like I said at the beginning, you probably have your list of goals, your whiteboard, everything is all there, ready, set, and go. What's more important than planning is really output and consistency. And even if you feel like putting something out there is not your best work, or maybe approaching a DJ might feel weird, or you might be hesitant on doing certain things, just do it. Just literally do it. Output is everything. Even if something doesn't play in your favor, it does not matter. You will learn from that. And being consistent on top of that is huge. So we can all do something once, and that's fine. Being consistent alongside the output is probably even more important. So what does consistency mean? Consistency means showing up and doing something all the time. I don't mean doing the same thing all the time. We do need to make changes and pivot away from what's working and what's not working. But if you're a music producer this year, I want you to really have this in your top 5 things you're going to do this year is create more output and be consistent with that. Again, this is going to pay the most results in the quality of your music, in the results you want, and the things you want to achieve. All right, and my last tip for producers in 2026 is something I never really hear out there when it comes to education or YouTube videos, and I feel like a lot of stuff is based around technical knowledge and how to do something, how to sound like a producer, how to sound like this certain genre, and that's great information to consume, and I hope it's working in some way, and my videos are working in that way. But I want you to take on board something this year, and that is, don't just train yourself in the DAW, train your ear. Understand how music is and what it's about. Just your ear is going to be your best friend, especially this year. If you want to really get some results, your ear is going to be your best one. So what does training your ear mean? Spend time listening to old sets. Spend time listening to old music. Spend time listening to different genres. Use that as your productive time when it comes to making music. Even though you feel like, I need to make music every day and that's not productive, I would recommend spending a couple hours a week training your ear, just listening, taking notes, understanding, because when you then go into your DAW, Ableton or Logic, this is going to fire you up and really sort of give you more direction when it comes to creating music. So something I never really heard before recently was really understanding to train your ear, because this is really your best tool when making music. So don't ignore your ear. All right, guys, that was the video. I really hope you enjoy watching. Just a bit of a different style, just me speaking to you direct to the camera. Again, like I said in the intro, please feel free to leave in the comments what you'd like me to see record this year. Any topic is something, so please fire it down below. I read everything, and maybe your topic will be used in the video this year. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate your support. Again, I hope we have a great year this year and you enjoy all the content I'm going to put out, and I'll speak to you in the next one.